Every gala is special at the Hellenic Council, but tonight is particularly sentimental and unique for the Council and its supporters, as we break tradition for the first time in honor of one of our patriarchs, who will receive the Lifetime Achievement Award. It will go to somebody who is truly unique, who needs no introduction here, but he'll get it anyway. Aris Anagnos has been the soul, the heart, the brains, and a main pillar of this organization for over 40 years. He's a passionate advocate of human rights around the planet. He's a true philanthropist. He's a true friend to many of you in this room, somebody who is widely admired and respected throughout the country, and somebody who can always be depended on to do the right thing. It's the Council's honor to be able to give Ari this award tonight. This is in celebration of his remarkable life, his passionate journey in this world, and the Council wants to congratulate him also on the publishing of his autobiography, which is available for free as you go out. It's an exciting story, and it's only volume 1. We await volume 2. With this, I'd like to introduce, we have, I think, a video that's very poignant to be brought up, and we will also break with tradition at the end, and we will ask his Synagonistis, the Consul General of Cyprus, and also a founder of this council, to present the award after we watch this video.
Aris Anagnos was born in Athens, Greece in 1923. In 1941, at age 18, during the Nazi occupation of Greece, Aris escaped to the Middle East to join the exiled Greek army, which was fighting on the side of the Allies. After fighting against the infamous Afrika Korps in the North African desert battles, he joined in the mutiny of the Greek forces, which demanded a pledge from the British that the foreign-imposed king would not return to Greece prior to the free plebiscite. The British held Aris and many other soldiers as political prisoners for a period of time. After World War II, Aris returned to his home country and worked a year with the United Nations Relief and Rehabilitation Association, doing general relief in war-devastated Greece. He came to the U.S. in 1946 and attended UCLA, obtaining a bachelor's degree in business administration. He worked in the insurance industry for several years and earned a multi-million-dollar fortune through property investments and real estate development. Aris's legacy, however, is not in his fame and fortune, but in the impact he has had on the lives of so many. For decades, Aris has advocated tirelessly for civil rights, civic liberties, social and economic justice, human rights worldwide, and of course, the peace movement. During the 1967 to 1974 military junta in Greece, Aris and his late wife Carolyn organized the Committee for Democratic Freedoms in Greece, which hosted Melina Mercouri and generated support for various resistance groups against the dictatorship.
I call upon the United States to immediately make clear that there will be no diplomatic, moral, or economic relations with gangsters.
Boycott the junta! Isolate the junta!
Economic and moral boycott will bring the dictatorship to its knees.
Troopers are now hitting Cyprus soil.
Upon the Turkish invasion of Cyprus in 1974, Aris joined in creating the Save Cyprus Council, which was later renamed the American Hellenic Council, an organization dedicated to exposing the illegalities and human rights violations of the repressive Turkish government. He has been president or vice president for over 4 decades. Aris served on the board of the ACLU of Southern California for over 25 years, including 2 years as president. He currently serves on its foundation board of directors. Aris and Carolyn were among the leaders who led the Southern California ACLU to declare the Vietnam War unconstitutional, and later called for the impeachment of Richard Nixon. Aris and Carolyn, who passed in 2000, were very active in the solidarity movement against the wars in Central America and U.S. involvement there. They proved to be key players in bringing peace and democracy to the region. In 1985, along with Sandra Gladstone and Eli Sandoval, they led a group of reporters into the mountains of Morazan for a meeting with the FMLN leaders, which generated much favorable publicity and a peace proposal that was ignored by the Reagan administration. Undeterred, Aris and Carolyn, along with Sister Patricia Cromer, went to Washington in 1989 and presented the secret peace plan to congressional leaders, which became the basis for the Salvadorian Peace Accords of 1992. 16 years later, the FMLN awarded Aris its 25th anniversary Farabundo Martí Medal, named in honor of the late Salvadoran communist revolutionary. Aris was co-founder and president of the Humanitarian Law Project, a human rights and conflict resolution NGO with consultative status on the UN Commission on Human Rights. He was also a member of the board of Southern California Americans for Democratic Action for over 15 years and served as president for 3. In 1989, Aris and Carolyn donated $1 million to Nicaragua for humanitarian, educational, and relief purposes, which funded the construction of the Che Guevara Housing Project, a shelter for disabled Sandinista veterans of the U.S.-backed Contra War. In 2013, the Sandinistas awarded Aris the Comandante Enrique Schmidt and the Ruben Dario medals, the highest Sandinista honors for non-Nicaraguans. For their tireless efforts on behalf of the poor, the disadvantaged, and the oppressed, Aris and Carolyn were awarded the Ralph Bunche Peace Award by the United Nations Association. In 1994, the Anagnoses made a $1 million donation to the St. Sophia Foundation for the construction of a senior citizens' home in memory of Archbishop Macarios. In the early 2000s, Aris, along with Martin Sheen, Ed Asner, Noam Chomsky, and Howard Zinn, served on the board of directors of the Office of the Americas, a nonprofit organization dedicated to anti-war and anti-U.S. foreign policy activism. One of the couple's most significant endowments, the Aris and Carolyn Anagnos Peace Center Foundation in Culver City, houses several social justice, peace, and human rights organizations rent-free. In 2017, he published the first part of his autobiography, The Passionate Odyssey of Aris Anagnos. He is the proud grandfather of John, Aris, Chloe, and Alexei, and father to Demos Anagnos, a successful attorney, and Thalia, an engineering professor specializing in seismology, who currently serves as Associate Vice President of Graduate and Undergraduate Programs at San Jose State University. Aris Anagnos has proven himself to be one of the most prolific civic leaders in the Greek-American community, staying personally immersed in advocacy and community affairs well into his 90s. He has received countless awards and certificates of recognition from many U.S. elected officials and various organizations.
This is a man who has dedicated his life to peace and justice, a man of impeccable credentials when it comes to human rights, a man that we honor tonight. Please help me in welcoming Aris Anagnos.
Dad, I have always taken lessons from your courage, compassion, and ambition, and I have tried to convey those things to my own sons so that you are an example to them in their lives. Your generosity to everyone around you, to your family, to your friends, is remarkable, and it is a credit to you, and I want to congratulate you on this award tonight. I can think of no one more deserving.
Hi, Dad. You've been a leader in resisting inequity and oppression your entire life. When you see suffering, you feel the need to act. There is no injustice that is too trivial for you to fight against. Whether the injustice is against an individual or an entire nation, you speak up, roll up your sleeves, and try to make change. From the deserts of North Africa to the halls of Congress, you have spoken for those who cannot speak for themselves. And you never give up. Even last weekend, you were out on the streets cheering the protesters at the March for Our Lives. You are an inspiration for us all. Bravo!
Συγχαρητήρια. I'd like to invite the Consul General of Cyprus and our honoree, Aris Anagnos, to come up, please.
This is a surprise for me, and I like to thank the Council for this unexpected honor. And it is indeed an honor and a great privilege to present this award. It is an honor and a great privilege to have known and worked with Aris for 44 years. Greece, Cyprus, our community, and Hellenism in general could not ask for a better friend. All the oppressed people of the world and all those who are left behind could not ask for a better friend than Aris Anagnos. I salute him and I thank him on behalf of the government of Cyprus and of all the Hellenes of Cyprus. Aris, congratulations.
Thank you, Andreas, and thank you, everybody. I'm honored for the second time by the American Hellenic Council. But this award, at the age of 95, is a real special award, has very special significance. I want to congratulate the other honorees tonight, Professor John Camp for the Ted Salutis Award. I knew, of course, Professor Salutis. He led the council during a difficult period, difficult for Hellenism, and we honor him with this award. And I also want to congratulate the other honoree, Kelly Vlahakis Hanks. Kelly is an extraordinary person. She's receiving the Ariston Award, which means the Excellence Award. And there is nobody who deserves it more than Kelly, because whatever Kelly has done in her life, she has always done it with excellence. Congratulations, Kelly. I am proud to be a Greek, and I'm proud that during the Second World War, I fought for Greece as a soldier in the Greek army. And I'm proud that after the war, I joined the Hellenic community in various organizations like the Committee for Democratic Freedoms in Greece, which opposed the junta, and then as one of the founders of the Save Cyprus Council and then the American Hellenic Council in supporting Hellenism, both the Hellenism of Greece and the Hellenism of Cyprus. Now, the American Hellenic Council over the years has performed enormous tasks. There are hundreds of times we have met with congressional representatives, with government officials, even with some presidents, and showing that Greece served the same ideals as the United States. As a matter of fact, today, one of the most valuable bases of the United States in the whole Mediterranean is the Suda Bay base on the island of Crete. So, on the other hand, we were frequently told, yes, we recognize that Greece is right, that Turkey is wrong, that Turkey has violated international law in attacking Cyprus and occupying Cyprus contrary to international law, but we need that big Turkish army. Well, that big Turkish army today is attacking its neighbors in Syria, in Iraq, in Kurdistan. And at the same time, it's threatening the areas where American forces are in the Middle East. So we have to continue educating our legislators about what Turkey is under this little mini Hitler Erdogan, who is a danger to the whole Middle East. Turkey today is violating Greek airspace, Greek territorial waters, and nobody does much about it except Greece, who is ready to defend itself. So we have to continue the work of the American Hellenic Council and support Greece and tell our fellow Americans about it. I thank all of you for your kind words, for your friendship, and for your support. Thank you.